Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hello if you're new. Today I wanted to join you and show you my freshly cut off hair. My toxic trait is that I go to the hairdressers thinking I just want a little bit off the ends, just a bit of a trim. I sit in the chair and I'm like, let's cut more off. This is the shortest I've ever been. However, there is method behind my madness. I am sick of my hair growing long and never thick enough at the ends, and so what I wanted to do is basically start a fresh canvas, get rid of any of the dead bits and the unhealthy bits that were on the ends of my hair, and invest, which is what this video is all about, on a hair growth journey, specifically with lots of active ingredients within this box that I'm going to talk you through today. That's really going to help active hair growth and hopefully maintain this thickness at the ends, because if you've watched any of my previous videos you'll know that my hair really doesn't look this dense when it's cut or as I'm kind of approaching a cut. So there's lots of products in here that are proven to help with hair loss and encourage hair growth. So if you are in a similar journey to me, or you are just simply looking for product recommendations to grow your hair as long and healthy as possible, lots of these have lots of research, and I've done so much research over the last couple of weeks in terms of the very best products to add to my collection. So I wanted to share them with you today. So without further ado, let's dive into this haul. Let me share with you exactly what I picked up, and I'm going to talk about why they are so valuable specifically for hair growth and kind of encouraging new hair growth as well. This isn't just about maintaining the thickness of your hair through preventative measures. This is active ingredients within these products that are proven to grow hair more effectively than any other products essentially. So let's dive straight into what I've picked up and essentially why they're going to help me grow my hair as long and thick as possible. Without further ado, let's dive into it. Let's start with the caffeine-based shampoos, because I have picked up a few of them. I believe there's 3. Yes, there is. So I have got the Nizoral. This is an anti-dandruff shampoo, but this has got caffeine within the formula, and this essentially helps to stimulate blood to the scalp to encourage more hair growth as a result. I picked up the Nizoral one because this is the branded version, and I believe it was discounted on Boots as I was doing this order. But I also saw that Boots do their own version of this product, obviously branded in their own branding, but the ingredients within the 2 of these are exactly the same. And again, Boots branded products are typically on offer quite a lot. I wanted to get a good amount of this so I didn't run out and could continue essentially using this continuously for a good couple of months, and then I'll restock when I need to. So Nizoral is the branded one, but Boots do their own version, which basically are completely identical. Now the great thing with caffeine as well is that it essentially combats the negative effects of DHT, which is a hormone that essentially contributes to hair loss, especially genetic hair loss as well. So we're trying this. I've never used a caffeine-based shampoo before, but I really want, especially in my front sections, I really want that growth to be more prominent, and I want to continuously encourage that throughout these next couple of months so that we can see how we go and continuously use this within my routine if it works. The other really interesting thing about caffeine within hair care is that with the new growth, it really helps to strengthen that new hair without kind of signs of breakage to start with. So it's really important as your hair grows that you look after it, and I've done so many videos on hair masks and hair products to ensure that your healthy hair journey from a moisture and a health point of view is continued. But from a getting started and you're not happy with the thickness of your hair and you want more, this is a great place to start. And so yeah, I'm curious to see if there is much of a difference between the 2. I do have a Boots one up in my shower at the moment, and I've started using it, and there's no sensitivity to my scalp and it's kind of very easy to use. So yeah, they are to start with. Next up, in terms of shampoo and conditioner, these ones were a lot more expensive than the caffeine-based shampoos. These are from Kerastase, and this is their Genesis Hydra 40, essentially from their anti-hair loss range. And I've seen lots of people really rave about these products, especially on TikTok, and so I was really curious to add these into my collection. These are specifically an anti-hair fall shampoo and conditioner, which again, if you are trying to combat hair loss, it's really important to kind of hit it at every step. These also gently clarify the hair, which is really important from a kind of shampoo and conditioner duo. It also reinforces the fibre to reduce the risk of hair fall due to breakage. So I'm, again, really curious. I know that they do an oil as well, which people absolutely love. And within this, it also has ginger root as well, which really helps that fibre reinforcement. So again, these were quite expensive, but I am prepared to invest in my hair in order for this to really work and take effect and see the results and share them with you. So again, this is kind of the starting point, and I'm hoping so much we can maintain this thickness as we go on. So I added these based on lots of recommendations and my research in terms of, I guess, the best duo to help complement this entire routine. So these ones are next. I'm also, just a bit of a side note, I'm also going to be using a hydrating shampoo and conditioner kind of in turn of these to make sure that my ends maintain that health and hydration and don't go dry from lots of different active ingredients. But these I think are going to be really, really valuable in terms of preventing hair loss, making my hair look and feel thicker based on the ingredients within these. I've seen incredible results from others that have used it, and so again, if you want a specific review on how these work, how I'm finding it, let me know. Another shampoo and conditioner, I feel like I've gone a bit crazy with these. I added these to my basket very, very last minute, I guess really with the intention of seeing how they compared to the Kerastase ones, because these were on Just My Look and they were so affordable. But these are the Conscious No. 6 Niacinamide brand, and I think I've reviewed a couple of their products before, but specifically this is the Repair, Protect, Hair Fall and Damage shampoo and conditioner. I believe the duo of these were less than £7, and again, I'm just curious in terms of whether or not they will compare to the Kerastase one, how they work. Within here as well, the further active ingredients, just looking through the ingredients list here, is it has niacinamide, organic avocado oil, argan oil, rice protein, hemp seed extract and shea butter as well. I guess whilst these are also there to basically prevent hair fall, these ingredients really look like they're going to restore damaged hair and really help that hydration element as well, both the scalp and the hair, which I think again is really important when you're trying to maintain the thickness of your hair as much as possible. Niacinamide by nature, it can boost volume and shine quite well in terms of the other products that I've used with that ingredient in it. So yeah, I'm really excited. I think when you are committing to the cut and you are ready to go on a healthy hair journey, preventing damage and really looking after your hair and doing all of the other things that prevent damage is really, really important, but also having products that also encourage that is so valuable. So yeah, curious to see how these do work. But one of the things I really want to talk about is one of the active ingredients that again is quite expensive but proven to genuinely help new hair grow from the scalp better than any other product on the market. The product that I'm talking about specifically is Minoxidil. So Minoxidil you can get in a range of different products, but what's really, really important is to buy the versions that are 5%. What I found really disappointing is that when I was looking on Boots, a lot of the ones that were branded in pink and kind of almost like the female variant were 2%, and a lot for the kind of male hair loss were 5%. Ignore the fancy Nancy way it looks and focus on the 5% active ingredient version. Now what Minoxidil does is it genuinely makes new hair grow from the scalp in the effect of male pattern hair loss, female pattern hair loss, alopecia. It's the only product on the market that essentially does that. What is really important to note here is that you have to continue this treatment indefinitely if you see results and you want to maintain that, because the moment you stop Minoxidil, your hair, it's not going to excessively fall out, but any new growth that you've maintained and kind of gathered from using the treatment, it will go back, because you are essentially mimicking the creation of Minoxidil on your scalp. So it's really important to continue this. So I'm trying essentially, first of all, with a 3-month supply, but I have intention to invest in this month after month in order to get the results and maintain thicker hair. Minoxidil essentially works quite simply, but it's so magical, and the amount of kind of reviews and research that has gone into the way this works is actually outstanding, and I can't believe I've not kind of recognized that sooner in my hair care journey. But it increases blood flow to the scalp, it expands hair follicles and encourages longer, healthier hair. in terms of the growth phase. So this is, like I say, actively where you have hair fall. It's bringing that blood to the scalp and encouraging that new growth to come through like nothing else. So it can come in a bit of a topical solution. The ones that I've got is a spray. You can get foam versions, but again, as long as it's 5%, it's going to work incredibly well. If you have hereditary hair loss as well, this is well worth a try. And any hair loss conditions where you feel really unconfident and actual patches in your scalp, this is like the best product. Almost ignore everything else that I'm talking about and focus your energy on this, because it's going to work so well. To complement that, I have also got a dermal roller. So this is really important. I've got a titanium finished dermal roller, and so when I use the minoxidil, I will use this on my scalp beforehand, again, to really ensure that deep penetration. And I'm focusing this, for me, on the front sections of my hairline, and I'm also going in the back slightly, just to encourage kind of full hair growth essentially. But I'm so excited to see how this works. All you have to do is look on TikTok and find minoxidil before and after result, and it's absolutely blinding, the results. So I'm excited to try it. I will continue to share with you how it works. Again, if you want a specific video on how it works or just general hair growth updates, let me know. I'm more than happy to do that. And also to complement using the dermal roller, which by the way is 0.25 thickness of the spikes, just to go over my scalp and do that. I also bought, this feels very trivial and you might have this already, but basically a sanitizing spray in order to sanitize the roller as I'm using it, because it's really important not to use a dirty roller on your scalp. You don't want to cause more issues. So that's priming the hair and using it. I'm only going to use the dermal roller once or twice a week, absolute maximum, because you don't want to cause too much abrasion to your scalp. It's very delicate, but it's going to really help that penetration of the minoxidil. Minoxidil, the one that I've got specifically, you use 10 sprays basically a day, and you do use this every single day. So I'm using it before I go to bed, because I'm finding that it leaves a slight residue, not too much, but I think if I'm then going to bed and just leaving it, I'm not touching my hair, it's the best thing for me. But again, you can kind of play around with it and see what works best for you. I also want to talk about, this is another caffeine-based serum. I forgot to include this, but this is from Plantier. Plantier also do a shampoo and conditioner that is caffeine-based, that I'm going to try after the Boots and the Nizoral version as well, because I don't want to add too much caffeine-based products to my collection. I'm going to try one at a time. But this is their scalp serum with Nutra-Caffeine Complex, again with the objective to boost hair growth. But this is really simple. You just part your hair, put it in and massage it in. Now within this, again, it has that caffeine that I've talked about, as well as micronutrients such as biotin, zinc and magnesium, which are really important for the hair growth too. So making sure that you're considering the nutrients going into your body, like everything, is really important. But I am excited to be using this as well, just to try and get as much growth as possible. So again, I can do an individual video if you're curious to know about that. Another serum product, I told you I went ham with this, is a growth booster from L'Oreal Elvive. What's really good, and the active ingredient within this that works to encourage hair growth, is a Minoxidil, and this has an 8% version of that, which is the best affordable version as well. So the Kerastase oil that complements a shampoo and conditioner also has Minoxidil in, but it's about 5 times the price, if not more, depending on if you can get this on offer. So I wanted to try this based on the fact that I have their shampoo and conditioner already, and again, I can adapt my routine as I go through. But this is, again, Minoxidil, a bit like Minoxidil, helps to really encourage new hair growth. And so adding this to your routine is really important to prevent hair loss and to boost that growth process of existing hairs on your hair, so that they are not going through the cycle of naturally falling out. So all of these things are doing that to encourage new growth and preventing existing hair from falling out, as it naturally does. For some people that happens more often, especially if you have a medical condition that's causing hair loss. It's really important to try and prevent that, obviously, as much as possible based on using these ingredients. This encourages it to use near daily, and this is enough for 3 weeks worth of treatment, and you don't rinse it out. You apply it to your hair and just leave it to do its thing. So again, that could work well with a dermal roller, or you can play around again with the routine of using these products. But I just wanted to get everything and anything to be able to improve my hair's health. So I'm excited to try this, but again, I'm really impressed with the fact that they have made this ingredient a lot more accessible, because it was exclusive to higher end brands before this. So that's fantastic. I have also picked up, this is more from a nutrient point of view, but I had to pick it up to try. This is the Kerastase Magic Night Serum. This is more to just improve the hydration of my hair, especially at night. If I'm applying the active ingredients to my scalp, I'm going to be applying this to the night, and just make sure, again, we are looking after the ends and preventing breakage as much as possible. Let me know if you've tried this. I've not tried this before. Very curious. And the last things are some, I guess, like supplements to really complement this whole routine. So as you can tell, we've gone a little bit ham on all of the different things that we've picked up, but I think it's really important to just invest in it. Let's do it. So first of all, I've got pumpkin seed oil. I ordered these off of TikTok Shop, and these are once again a natural DHT blocker, which is really important to stop that hair loss as well. I've got these in tablet form, but you can basically choose the way in which you would consume these. I bought these off of TikTok Shop, which was the cheapest way to get it. I use one of these daily because I don't need the 3 dosage that this recommends. But what pumpkin seed oils does is it genuinely, again, promotes hair growth, especially if you've got kind of alopecia or active hair loss within your hair. If not, it's a great preventative to stop hair loss too. It's got a really rich nutrient profile, which therefore blocks that DHT hormone that I said that is linked to hair loss. So again, hopefully I'm touching it from internally, externally. We're not losing our existing hair. We're trying to keep as much as this as we've got, whilst encouraging that new growth to come through. Pumpkin seed oil has proven to increase hair count and thickness through males and females, which is amazing considering it's a natural ingredient. It also nourishes those hair follicles as well with zinc, magnesium and omega-3 fatty acids to just strengthen them and promote a healthy environment for growth, which across all of the different things that I test and try on my channel, that is so paramount. And a lot of the research shows that this works really well in terms of male pattern hair loss. Not as much research has been done on females, but we're all the same. I think it's just as important. So supplement wise, I think that is really important for me to take. And again, I'm going to continue using that in amongst all of these other products. The last supplement that I've bought, and the last thing I'm going to be talking about in today's video, are iron and vitamin C supplements. I've got Boots' own brand, and I've got 3 tubs of these, which is 60 tablets. So first of all, I mean, away from hair growth, iron is so important. I feel like I'm forever iron deficient. This helps reduce tiredness and fatigue, and vitamin C increases iron absorption. So iron and vitamin C together is really important. If you just have iron tablets, drink it with basically orange juice or something that is high in vitamin C to help your body absorb it as much as possible. But iron helps to promote hair growth by essentially enabling the hemoglobin to transport oxygen to the hair follicles. If you're iron deficient, it can basically disrupt the hair growth cycle, and we want to do everything we can to prevent that. And again, as someone that believes they're iron deficient, I feel like that's definitely probably playing a part in my journey too. That increased oxygen supply to your scalp is really essential for basically the proper functioning of those hair follicles to grow and again have the best environment for hair growth. And iron is involved in the DNA synthesis and the formation of keratin, which again is really crucial for any healthy hair journey. And I'm sure you've heard keratin be explained in lots of different videos from a hair care point of view. It also helps to prevent shedding in hair as well, so it diffuses thinning across the scalp, which is super important. And lastly, it really helps with brittle hair, which I feel like for me is definitely a struggle as my hair grows longer, which is why I just wanted a sharp cut. We're starting afresh and we're going to be growing it. So all of these different products have lots of different benefits. I'm going to be learning what works for me over the next couple of months, and this is a great kind of foundation to start the journey and be as effective as possible, in the hope that my hair is now going to grow thicker than ever, because I just love the way that this looks. I just don't love the length. I'm getting more used to it. However, I am someone that loves having long hair, styling it, and so hopefully we're on for a bit of a winner. So let me know if you've tried any of these products, if you have any questions about hair growth specifically, using products that encourage that, not just kind of not straightening your hair. And I think it's needless to say, now that I'm committed to growing my hair as long as possible, the straighteners I'm just not using, and that's hard because my hair sometimes, like even today, it's very easy to smooth it out, but instead I've just added an oil to the ends and I feel like I can get away with that fine. I've also started using mousse on my freshly washed hair because it adds a bit of a wave without having to use any product. So I am trying to avoid heat, never go into bed with wet hair, because again, that makes your hair super brittle and can cause breakage. All of the things that you're encouraged to do in terms of looking after your hair are just as important as part of this routine. However, these products are actively going to create the best environment for my scalp to produce new hair and prevent existing hair from falling out. So if you're curious to see how this journey goes, be sure to follow my channel, because I'm going to be doing updates over the next couple of months and showing you the progress. But with that said and done, I hope you found this really helpful. I am so excited to start using all of these things, and I shall see you guys in my next video. Bye.